Hey you guys, good morning. This is Shannon with For Humanities coming to you guys this morning on Thanksgiving Day. So, of course, we have so much to be thankful for. And as you can see, today's topic is just telling you guys that we need to even be thankful during zero quarter. So, what that is that we're going to talk a little bit more about zero quarter and just to kind of share a little bit about who I am. For those of you guys who don't know, I am Shannon with For Humanities. We are your online t-shirt brand. We design and create socially conscious t-shirts that spark social change and restore humanity. You as entrepreneurs hire me to help you expand your brand. And what my goal is to do is to help you stop leaving money on the table because you probably didn't think that you can tap into your brand. So before we get started, we're going to take a commercial break. Hold on just a second and get. So we're back. So the thing is that about zero quarter, it's definitely something that we have to think about when we are planning the things that we've been wanting to do. So for those of you guys who know today, we're always thankful for an opportunity to see another day. We're also thankful every day because I'm thankful every day. And I talk with you guys, I've been talking and coming on here live with you guys every day for over 4 years now. And it's all about definitely perseverance and consistency. I definitely want to give a thanks to my business coach at the time was Danielle Winningham, and thanking her because it is just definitely a wonderful thing. And I appreciate all the time that she poured into us and poured into me, and that I listened and I was able to capture that information, which is really great. So I definitely appreciate her. She's, definitely out there continuing to do the great things that she does, helping and supporting women. And I definitely appreciate her. So, AKA Danielle Winningham, coach, definitely appreciate her. Again, letting and remembering the time when she and we were all working. I'm still working, but the fact of the matter of knowing that it is not hard to come and go live. It's not hard as much as we may think it is and try to feel that it is. It's just a point of you doing some time management and figuring out what your time is, and not like shooting yourself just because if you didn't show up at a certain time. It's not that serious because consistency is better than you complacency. So that's definitely the one thing that I will say to you guys right now, and you can hashtag that. So that is definitely something that I look at. In me, my personality type is already that way. So it's not that, anyone could teach you that. You have to be that. That has to be you. That has to be something that is part of your personality type. And my personality type is consistency. And I have, set my life and time outside of being here on social media with you guys to consistency. As a child, I've had many inconsistent things, in my life, and I totally understand that. And I've seen inconsistencies in other people's lives, and I've seen how those things have affected them on a personal level and a sociological level and a financial level. So when you have inconsistency in your life, and just like anything that you are kind of void of or you have a low amount of, when you get the opportunity to do something, you may go a little to the left or a little to the right. You can go to either extreme, but finding, as we know, that happy medium that will make everything work out very well. But when it comes to doing new things or doing things that are for you in your life, we sometimes, unfortunately, will put them to the back burner. So we will say, well, someone else, needs some help, or someone else, I can get to that later. How many times have all of you guys just said that, oh, I'll do it later. I'm not going to worry about it. I need to go do this. And half the time it's because we haven't developed that consistent habit that we know of and that we know that we need to do in order to make something happen. Sometimes you have to kind of watch yourself. You have to watch yourself to make sure, as Coach Dave will be on here saying, check yourself before you wreck yourself. So you do. And that is definitely have held true for years now, since it came out. We have to understand that sometimes we are sabotaging ourselves by not completing tasks that we know we should have done. All of you guys have talked about it, all of you guys have heard it, and you are aware of it. But when you know that you need to complete a task and you keep delaying the process, you have to understand where that comes from. And we know that it's not something to be thankful for on today. So for those of you guys who are eating turkeys and getting those turkeys cooked, now for those of you guys on the East Coast, you guys are ahead of us. So it's about 10. Y'all probably are eating right now. So it'd be nice to see some of them plates that y'all working on right now, or how many you working on right now. So hello, Hot Cat. Thank you for coming in. So we got Hot Cat here, and we definitely appreciate Hot Cat for coming. Yesterday, we were in our Women in Alignment, a Woman's Health Matters session. That was our first session. So we definitely will be adding that to our platform, as we were solely requested to do so, and have just open dialogue. It's not anything from, we're not doctors, and, and we're not giving out advice. We're directing you to your doctor. So that's what we're doing. But to be able to share and to talk about things that maybe, oh, you know what? I didn't change the restream. So it's more than likely talking about a woman's health matters. So that's okay. We'll change the restream again. Okay, Facebook has we've detected issues with the Facebook API. Oh, okay. The Facebook API is not working quite right. So that's okay. We're gonna see if it is, but I'll have to go back and change it anyway. So that's okay. So we got what we have right here, and we'll just kind of keep it moving. So for those of you guys who are coming in on Facebook, I thank you guys. I'm today using Restream to go live on all of my platforms, and that's what we're doing this morning. So we are live on, I know, Petty Facebook. Yes, Petty Facebook. So I got the Restream going, so I'm able to see the chats right now. So I definitely have to get Coach Dave to get me in alignment with what I'm supposed to be doing, because there should be a way. I think it's an OBS, or I forget how Coach Dave told me to do it. So yes, so it still says women's health, but that's okay. We're talking about women's health. We're talking about, just everything when it comes to being thankful, but also, as it says with the topic here, is even during zero quarter. And as we were just going to go ahead and jump right on into what is zero quarter and what is that all about. You guys have to understand that, like we were speaking on, in order to get those things done in your life and in the time that you want to get them done, you got to have that time. I was at work and I was sharing zero quarter with one of my staff, and a young lady who has twins, and then another plus one. So she has a twin plus one. And the thing is that she is busy. She works a job and she's busy. And, I didn't necessarily, we had been talking about, I was sharing with her what I've been doing and up to as far as, with my grandson and doing my own private tutoring. And of course, leading me down that road real fast of, potentially just going and getting my teaching credential in, just getting done with that and teach, because I've always wanted to be a teacher, and a teacher in the sense of schools and teaching children, because I definitely understand, that the harshness of how difficult sometimes it is for children who are definitely in areas or with family members that either don't know the curriculum, or with family who don't have time or they're not there, or, definitely going around to children who are in, foster homes, who need that tutoring and that need that time. And, I've always talked to others about, giving them the bright idea about teaching and how to tutor and how to help children remotely. And I know another person, Sally, one of my coordinator who was in Friend, that was in my other job. And she too was a tutor. She is a tutor. She tutors children, and she's very smart. And she would tutor and she would tutor. She's been tutoring for like years now. And the girl got the nerve to try to tell me that she doesn't like teaching. And I said, well, what kind of rocket science is that? You've been doing it for years and you get all excited and you're traveling all over the world and the country and going, to on the other side of the world and teaching and taking children and competing in competitions and, doing all these things and get all excited when the kids are talking about, how great and how much you've helped them. And it puzzles me, because I tell her, I said, yes, you do like teaching. You do like it. What you don't like is you don't like the confinements of what the school systems or what they are doing. So, that's the part you don't like. Now, you may not like the times when you have to come up with a lesson plan, and you probably didn't get prepared, or maybe there's, some other things that's going on. I said, but you can't tell me that you don't like teaching, because you can't consistently tell me you're doing a particular job, and whenever people talk to you about it, you light up and you have this energy. And when you talk about the children and how they come and they are telling you all the wonderful things they're now doing, and how the parents will say, oh, my child loves, coming to your class, and my child always talks about how much better they're doing and they want to come to your class. I'm like, okay, I don't know what you got going on, but it sounds like you like what you're doing. So moving on from that. But the thing is that we have to understand that even during the time of zero quarter. So as I was saying, I was sharing with this young lady, and I was talking to her about zero quarter and just letting her know. And like I said, I didn't know exactly what she had going on outside of the job she was doing, but I expect everybody to be having something going on outside of their jobs. For anybody who is just focused in on your job, you're missing it. Your job, and I'm not the I don't, quit your job person, but I am the find something you need to do better than your job, because it is. It is. And some of you guys probably say, well, starting a business is difficult. It's hard. I can't do that. And I say foolishness, because you can. It's just that you're trying to be Walmart and Best Buy and, Ebony and what's that? What's that one? Soft Sheen? You're trying to be, Downy and Dove. I mean, no, it's not time to be Dove and Downy right now, or Soft Sheen or Afro Sheen. That's not who you are right now. Okay. You're not necessarily up in the Walmart right now. Now, I know that there's been some wonderful people who've had the opportunities to get into Walmart, and that's wonderful, or Sally's Beauty Supply. That's great. That's great. But we're not going to get into the other subject matter, but you have to build your own fort. Okay. Build your own fort. And that's what it is. And you need to build your own fort while you're building it. And it's definitely could be away from your current job. And the thing is that build your own, start your own. Start as low and slow as you can. Stop trying to hit the gate doing 500. It's okay to do 80. Okay, not on the freeway though, because you might get a ticket. But you could do 70. But don't say you heard that from me. I'm just saying, maybe I go 70 sometime because I got to get somewhere. But it's still within the speed limit, technically. They won't give you a ticket for that. Okay, anyway, we ain't trying to give you guys no tickets out there. So don't go get no tickets. Hi, Tori. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you guys over there on Facebook. Welcome to For Humanities. So for those of you guys who are coming in, and definitely for those of you guys who are catching this replay, thank you for those who are coming on Periscope too. And for those of you guys who I have seen and I've caught you guys coming in on the replays, Joaquin, we definitely thank Shauna, we thank Terry, we definitely thank Rosalind. Rosalind, where you been? We definitely appreciate Dr. Landry. Let me go and check it out real quick. Hold on, y'all. Let me go and see all y'all faces who come in on the replay. I appreciate you guys for coming in and catching that replay a lot. So what we got here. So we're doing this. And again, today's topic does say the wrong thing because I didn't change my restream. But that's okay. You guys, we are all here anyway. So one of the things is that I appreciate all of those of you guys who have come and who have continued to just show up. And this is yesterday. Let's see who we got from yesterday. Uh-oh. I don't think I'm trying to see it. Oh, okay. Hold on. How do I see that? I don't know. I don't remember, but I'll check it out later. But I thank all of you guys who come and who's coming here and hanging out, even though it is definitely Thanksgiving and you guys are probably with your families and, having a good time. It's still early, so I haven't really got set up because I got some things to do that I am going to do and finish. I was up and I was talking with Fraser with his craziness because, of course, he's on the other side of the pond. He's in the UK, so my early morning is their, evening, and so I was or afternoon or something like that. But I was up till like almost 2. It was like 1:55 because I was in 7th, 8th quarter. Okay. I was rolling around that clock one more time because as I had shared with you guys yesterday, that we have to get some things done. When you're in that 0 quarter and you got to get some things done, you want to dedicate your time to at least one thing that you're going to accomplish. Even if it's just the same one thing, it's not all about as much as we want. And I could, attest to that myself. As much as we would love to, get multiple things done, it's best that we find that one thing and we focus in on that. And that's, again, rolling us back into that 0 quarter time. So as I was saying, I was talking with a young lady at my job. And like I said, she has twins and she has a +1. Twins +1. And the thing is that we were just talking about time and how she says that she doesn't have a lot of time. And that is just something that a misnomer that we tell ourselves about our things getting done. We say that we don't have enough time. We don't have enough hours in the day. I've said it. You've said it. We've all said it, that we don't have enough time. And, we do have enough time. We just are mismanaging it. And that's just pretty much it. We're just mismanaging our time. And that's the things that we need to also keep in mind. We're mismanaging our time. We definitely need some type of accountability. And that's definitely something that we need. We are mismanaging our time, or either we end up getting focused in on something that we probably should be doing something else. And that is the whole thing of that. So when we think about our time, and when I was talking with her, I had said to her, well, what do you do? I said, I don't know what you do outside of here, but, and so I shared with her 0 quarter. And I just said, you do need to find some time in the day that you can get up that extra hour earlier. And so I had said with her, there's 4 quarters in a business period or in the year that we use as far as business goes. Every quarter is 3 months of time. So if you look at that and you meet certain goals in those 3 quarters, 3 months of time out of the 4 quarters, you're able to kind of really segment what your day is going to look like, or you definitely can accomplish things that you've been really wanting to do in that time. When you look about business, they of course definitely use the quarters, and everyone use quarters when they are focusing in on quarters. First quarter report, second quarter report, mid-year, mid-year budget review, all of those things. Now, when we talk about the quarters and you look at what you want to do in the beginning of your quarter. Hold on, I need to cough. Hold on just a second. Okay, I think I'm good. But when you think about the first quarter of business, usually those are going to be things that people are trying, wanting to get done because they need to peak up, in that first quarter. Because when you have shareholders and stakeholders and investors, they want to look and see what that first quarter is going to produce, because that's usually, going to draw in more investors, because, that's what you want. So when you're thinking of that and you're getting that done, you really are building up. So you're ramping up the year before to get yourself ready for that first year quarter report. We're right now in that last quarter. So we should be ramping up for, the new quarter coming along. When we look at the fact of, depends on how you start. If you are on a particular state time or federal time, you got different times of how the quarter or the fiscal year starts and ends. But usually it's your July. Hello. Hi, my friend Kalande. How are you doing? We haven't talked in a minute. But you're starting with that first time frame, July, August, September, and then you got October, November, December, and then you got January, February, March, April, May, and June. And that is how the state fiscal year works. Now, when you have this year, the year is a little different than the fiscal year budget time frame is different. So when you relate that to, because this isn't a business accounting class right now, so we're not doing that. So we're not going to talk no more about that, really. But when you talk about how that relates to your life, you got the same 3 quarters. It depends on the time that you are looking at it. Hello, I am using Restream today. So my Restream topic is off. It's from yesterday, talking about a woman's health matters. But that's okay. Your business health and your mental health matters too. So it's all good. Okay. So for those of you guys men who are coming in, this applies to you too, because a woman's health matters to you too. So we're talking about a woman's mental health and her business health. So in her time health. So that's what we own right now. So again, being thankful for that. And again, for those of you guys who are coming in now, I am Shannon with For Humanities. I am your bright idea lady and, your tea business lady. So that's what I do, is help you build and expand your brand through accountability, as far as holding you accountable for yourself and what you have promised to you. And then giving you those great ideas that will solidify what your actual idea is to be, in the dreams and commitment that you set forth. And also just the fact of talking to you about expanding your brands with a wonderful tea. And that's what you need in your life. So we're talking about, again, you got to be thankful even during 0 quarter. But as it also says, a woman's health matters, because it does. And we're looking at the fact of, we're sharing with a young lady about 0 quarter. And 0 quarter is something that will help you and your mental health and help you get your life in alignment. So when I was sharing it with her, the fact that she has twins plus 1, the thing is that being able to tell her that the quarters that you set up. So the way it'll look, it will go 3 to 6, and then you got 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12, and then 1 to 3, and you're going back again. So you have to look at that in the sense of your lifetime as far as what you're doing and how much time you're fitting in that time. So again, how much time, and you can move your quarters how you like. You can go 6 to 9, 9 to 12, 12 to 3, and 3 to 6 again. So that's preferably the one that you want to do. Now, your 0 quarter is the hour before. So that's the 0 quarter. That's the one that you get for free. That one is your time. That one is your time. That is your time. So that's the time that you utilize where you at your highest potential. Now, some of you guys might say, well, I'm not a morning person. Yes, you is. And yes, you are. But yes, you is. Everybody's morning people. You just tell yourself that because you just want to lay down. Okay, lay down then. But today you're waking up, and you're going to wake up during 0 quarter. Now, for those of you guys in the military, y'all already know. They come in there, be like, bam, 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 wake up, get it done, because that is what's going to get most of everything you've done in your life that you keep saying that you can't do done. You can, as they say, that one commercial said, they do more work than everyone does in before 7 o'clock, or I forget the commercial, but I remember it. I think it was the military. Yes, it was a military commercial, because back then in the 80s, they was pumping military. They was directing so many people to go into the military back in the 70s. They said they do more work than something have to. I need to go look that commercial up again, because that's what it said. It was like they do more work in by 3 o'clock than most people do. So that's what it is. My accountability partner. But back to what we were talking about is the 0 quarter. So I explained to her that if she really is really wanting to do something, we can find excuses all the time, because there is the world of excuses. And some of us live there on more times of the month than others. And, just like a vacation time, you go into excuse land and you get an airplane ticket and you fly there like all the time, and you stay there on sabbatical, and that's where you hang out. And then when you're talking to others that also are in excuse land, you guys talk about how having excuses is a pastime. And we are going to like talk about it and come up with new names for it and stuff. So the one thing that we don't want to live is an excuse land, and we don't want to be there more times out of the year than we should be in get it done land. Okay. So get out of excuse land and go over into get it done land. Get your passport stamped and get over there real quick, because your welcome is going to run out in excuse land, because it's just not going to be there for nobody anymore. And nobody is going to stamp your passport in excuse land. No more. You won't get a pass to go out nowhere because you're in excuse land too long, and you have what's that? Got your citizenship revoked. You want to get your citizenship revoked and get it done land? Then get out of excuse land, because you can't live there, that long. You got a time frame over in excuse land, but then you have to move over into get it done land. Get your passport stamped, and that's what you got to do. So part of hello, my wonderful friend. Hey, Michael Ellis. You guys, there is Michael Ellis over here on Facebook. And fortunately, I have my phone so I could see what's going on. Okay, so hello, Michael Ellis. This is my wonderful poetic, justice here. So how are you doing? Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you so much. From exclusive land to get it done land. It's girl, I will this idea thing here just pops up. Okay. It just goes and make a title book out of it. But it's the truth. You do have to move out of excuse land because you can't keep your residency there. Your residency is not an excuse land. It is in getting done land. You either getting it done right or you're getting it done wrong, whichever one it is, but you know how to do it. You can't be an excuse land. You got to get over and get that passport stamped and move on back over to get it done land, because that's just where we got to live and we have to be there. Getting on the love train passport ready. Exactly. Get that passport ready to the love lane. Let me take you to to Funky Town or whatever. But you definitely need to get out of there because you can't hang out there. There's not a lot going on in excuse land. It's just not. You can't build and you can't grow nothing there. Nothing grows in excuse land. Nothing flourishes there. The soil is not fertile. So, Michael, you turn that one into a book. You can't be an excuse land. You can't fertilize nothing. The land is not fertile in excuse land. It does not grow anything. If you're talking about how does your garden grow, it does not. It does not in excuse land. But the one thing that I'll share with you guys again is we're talking about, zero quarter. That's what's going to get you to get it done land. And it's by any means necessary. So when you come and you go live or you do and you work at what it is that you've been needing to do for so long, there just comes a point in time where things just shift into gear. Have you ever, well, see, I don't drive a stick. So I don't necessarily know. I've tried it a couple times. And as far as I can go is like that. So that's all I do. I can get into third gear as far as, and then I think I could work my way back up. And then I'm like, with the feet thing. I don't get it. You guys, y'all brains, both y'all, look, I mean, my brain be moving too, but trying to, make sure I'm easing and pressing at the same time. It's like something crazy. It's like craziness. But, if I had to do it, believe me, my mind, I knew how to keep the car running. I'll tell you that. I probably didn't go that fast, but that's okay. I was moving. And if you miss it, I feel sorry for your OJs. Oh, I know. Exactly. So that is definitely the thing of what we're talking about today is we got a couple topics on a couple of different restreams, is that you got to be thankful even during zero quarter, but also a woman's health matters. And that was part of our first segment yesterday on Women in Alignment Wednesday, where we're talking about women and getting in alignment to build up for this conference that I'm going to be doing with me and my friend Princess. We're going to be in Colorado. So for those of you guys who are in Colorado, you can be a part of that and come. It's going to be great. So I'm in the process of working out the details with her and writing things up. So we definitely would love for you guys to be a part of it and come. And then just to come and hang out with us and come to see the Mile High State, which is going to be great. So I am going to log off of here and, talk with you guys a little later because I got to get some things done before, we run off and start trying to go somewhere and eat, because that's not the first priority for me. So as I was saying with zero quarter is, and sharing with the young lady, is find that time, get up that extra hour early. Even if your zero quarter is 3 hours before your regular time. So if you really normally get up at 6 o'clock to get yourself started for 9 o'clock, then you need to get up at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock, depending on what your task is. And if you can get up at that 5 o'clock hour, and like I said, some of you guys is zero quarter is at different times, but you find that time where you're getting up an hour before you normally get out and start doing what you're doing. And then you devote that time to getting that project done that you've been wanting to do for a while. So again, you'll hear more about zero quarter. Like I said, there's a lot of things that I have planned and some wonderful ideas that I have already kind of set out there, and it's time to, to develop them. So, and that's kind of like what we got, and that's the vision. Writing the vision, making it plain. That is what 2020 is all about. Starting now, because we're not waiting till 2020 to get those things done. We're starting it now. So if you're ready to get started, you want to sign up for this My Accountability Partner. This one is called Write the Vision 2020. This is going to be, definitely a great opportunity for 14 of you guys to work with me individually, one-on-one, in a group. So taking on a small group of 14 folks where we're going to be doing Write the Vision 2020. And what this is about, we meet once a month, and we're going to meet every quarter. Every 3 months is a producing period, meaning that if you're planning to write a book, oh, you're so welcome. You are inspiring. I can't wait to, talk with you again to come and share more about Dear Oprah. So you guys see this man here. He has this wonderful book that's called Dear Oprah, and I'm sure it's wonderful. I know it is. And it's called Dear Oprah. And he is going all over the place doing all types of poetry and inspiring young children to do poetry and inspiring them to stay here and present on this earth and stay motivated. So he's doing a lot. And Michael, the thing is that as well as I know, it's those things that you do. And I would say your work is zero quarter. The work that you do is in the zero quarter, because it's during the time where no one is paying attention, no one is up, no one's looking, no one's watching. It's just you and your passion and the purpose and the mission of doing the work that you do. Just like in zero quarter, it's you, your passion, your purpose, the mission, and what it is that you want to do. And it's only you that's there. If there's no, hoopla, there's no party over here, there's no, grand announcement going on. It's just you. That is during that zero quarter, because integrity comes during the time when no one's around and no one can see. When no one is there to see and give you the kudos and give you that instamatic microwavable hoorah that you've done something to make you feel validated and to make you feel that you've actually accomplished something, you're not going to get that during zero quarter. That's going to be you. You are your biggest promoter. You are your biggest confidant. You are your biggest, cheerleader. It's you. It's all about you in this sense. And we're not being narcissistic. We're talking about you and the motivation and the perseverance and the consistency. We're talking about that responsibility level that you get that only you can have. No one else can come in and just tell you that this is who you are. Nobody can just walk in and just say, oh, this person here is so responsible, and they are so, they show up and they're such the person. You are the only one who can live up to that. Nobody else can. That's just you. That's something that you have to do. And Michael, that is what you do. You do that during the time that everyone is not focusing in on the child who feels that they don't want to live no more. You're the one who's coming in there talking with the children who are barely at reading level, who are having that difficulty. You don't have to go and get a whole lot of, fanfare and all that stuff. But I see you. I see you, and I see the post, and I see that time when you're at that breaking point where you're feeling a little, weary, because it is a tiring responsibility being that person that cares so much about the world, about the community. You take a job that don't pay you that well, like social work, this one, and because the fact of the matter of the work that you do is for the greater good. You're coming from a place that was hardened. You're coming from a place that was in despair, that was at a helpless and hopeless point. And you go and you learn and you pull that information. And then you take all of that and you take the success of it and you take the perseverance and the dedication and the relentlessness and you roll it all into there like a burrito or whatever, lasagna. Okay, that'd probably be kind of good. Maybe I want a burrito. But anyway, you roll it all up and then you disperse it. You get it out there into the masses and you share that out with people. Hey Frazier, how you doing? I was talking about you earlier, um about you calling early in the morning at the crack of dawn. It's like almost 2 o'clock. And I was in way past zero quarter. I was in a whole bunch of quarters. I think I was in six. Okay, 4, 5, 6. I was in sixth quarter. Okay, so if I'm going from 6 to 9, 9 to 12, 12 to 3, and then 3 to 6. So I was going around. I went around that clock, again. So, but the thing is that it was getting some things done. I still got to finish. I still got lots to do. But these are the things that happen when you don't want to get them done because you know it is a great undertaking. And as I was saying, Michael, he is that person. He takes on a great undertaking. And sometimes we get heavy. We get heavy because we get weighted down because we want to see reactions now. We want to see it. We want to go out there and plant it. And then we watch it grow. And we're like, hold on. I'm pouring some water on this. I got fertilizer. I'm fertilizing and spending my time on it. I'm massaging the dirt. And, I got my fingers in there. I'm bringing it oxygen. And I'm doing all these things. And I'm like, okay, grow now. And those are the things. And sometimes society, sometimes individuals struggles, and sometimes just that it's that embedded poverty code that will be coming out really soon. It is that embedded poverty that comes in, that generational despair that kicks in, that generational, I don't know, and I can't do it, and my mama didn't do it, and my daddy didn't do it, and I didn't see my cousins do it either. And when he tried to do it, he'd get pulled down. And when he tried to do it again, it got totally, annihilated. Those are the things that some people are coming from. And we have to understand that that is their realities. We can't change that. You can't get mad at their reality. You may get irritated. You may get sort of restless or whatever, but you got to understand that you cannot take away their realities. Perception, what is the percentage of that? It's like really high. Don't ask me right now because I don't remember. But perception is the key to things, regardless to what the truths are. The perception is what's the matter. That's the issue. That is what's going to determine if someone succeeds or not succeed. It's their perception of their abilities to do so. So your whole job as a teacher or a supporter or a family member or whatever it is that you call yourself doing, your job is to be able to help and change the perception, because perception is what people see, regardless to what you feel that they should believe or what they should know or what you done read out of a book. That is the point. We have to remember those things. So when we talk about zero quarter, we have to understand that everyone's zero quarter is their time. And we have to figure out where they have that energy and where it's coming from. That's what we have to look at. We have to be able to dig a little deeper and find that ability where they can feel like they can come up out of the shield of shame. So when you talk about shield of shame, and this is something I'm just sharing with you guys because I'll be doing like a whole lot of other stuff, and I love to come on here and laugh with you guys. But looking at it from a social economical area, that shield of shame that happens that we don't understand because we don't see it, because we don't have that one. But people do have a shield of shame of not even knowing and feeling that they should know things. And they should know some things, but unfortunately they weren't taught those things. And it is a shield of shame because they will use it to their disadvantage as much as they feel that they're using it to their advantage. People will use a shield of shame because they are feeling that they are expected to have done some things or expected to have known some things. So what happens is that it's just kind of like, when you see like a pet or a kitty cat, or okay, I like kitty cats, so I'm just going to talk about kitty cats, okay? So when you have a cat and you know that the cat is hungry, they're hungry. They're real hungry. They want it. They want it. They're hungry. They've been sitting out there starving. They haven't had no opportunities. They don't have no money, whatever it is that they don't have. And they're hungry for it. They want it. But unfortunately, they don't know how to act. They haven't figured out exactly the social way of getting it, or how they can get it and get it done and get it and to retrieve it. So then they start like running and moving and bouncing and doing everything other than just coming towards it. So they will sit there and they will kind of like kneel down, or they get on their knees, and that's usually when the time when people got knocked down so many times, and they're just down there and they just kind of acting disjointed and acting just ridiculous and pulling themselves down and then talking about everybody. But they're in that shield of shame where they are really wanting it, but they just don't know how to go get it yet. And see, for us as individuals, even for ourselves, we all have our own shield of shame. But for us who are in a position to be able to help at that time, because we all gonna need some help at some point in time. But when we're in that position to be able to help, we have to understand that there's this shield of shame that they're dealing with. There's this hereditary and this generational and this embedded of poverty or distrust or dislike, or they've gotten kicked over so many times over and over. Even when they were able to go back and open up a little bit, they still got kicked down. So you have to understand why they are now in a place where they don't trust nobody, or they are having this shield of shame where they just like, okay, that's just where it is. That's where I'm at. And when you see where they're not really doing what it is that you felt that they should be doing, the formula isn't quite working out. I give this, this should happen. For every action is an equal and opposite reaction. Okay, Newton, it's like, okay, what? That's not happening. And that's kind of like what we be doing with business and with our relationships. We feel that we put something in, the same thing should come out. It don't work that way. Then when you're dealing with real life people, it don't work like that. It just doesn't. It don't work that way. But when we talk about the fact of helping people and being able to help ourselves, zero quarter is that time where you pull up from your bootstraps, as they would like to say. But you pull up and you come back and you pull, you get relentless and you get focused and you use that perseverance. You use those old, our ancestrage strength. Okay, so find your ancestrage strength and find your lineage, because again, I know for my family, we come from good stock. Okay, and we get it done. I understand, and I watched my mom get it done, and it's like I ain't even half the woman she is. I got my side, but my mom had 6 kids. Okay, we lived in Oakland in poverty. Okay, so that's during the 70s. So that was some craziness. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I done seen a whole lot of stuff, coming up as a kid, but what makes you who you are is definitely your ability to build that perseverance, to dedicate that time to you, yourself, and those who are in your surrounding areas that you can help. But with all that to say, if you really, really want it, you've got to find that time to go get it. No one's going to just go bring it to you. It don't work that way. You don't want what people just going to bring back anyway. Who does that? Somebody just say, "Oh, bring me a plate back." What's the first thing you do when someone brings you a plate back? Let's think about it. Let's think. We look at the plate and we'll either say to ourselves, so let's just get this clear. You say it to yourself. Don't be telling people who brought you a plate back something about why you bring me this plate. What's on here? Did you get some of this? Did I get all the food? Okay, that's greed, and we speaking from that place of greed. But your mind does say, you look at it and you say, if it's not enough, you're like, wow, I sure could have had a little bit more. You're not necessarily okay with the fact. And I know some of you guys probably say, no, I'd be really very thankful about what the plate is. Yeah, you are. And I'm thankful too, especially if y'all bring me some plates right now. Y'all could send me some plates and I'll be thankful. So whoever got gumbo out there and some banana pudding with the Petridge Farm cookies, please send them to me because I want to eat it. So this is the thing, you always are going to look and say, you know what? I wish I was there. So instead of sitting and waiting for someone to bring you a plate, get up and go get it yourself. That's what you do. You get up and go get it yourself because you can get yourself all of the goodies that are out there. You can get yourself everything that's on there and you can get all the goodies. Maybe you didn't really want, the okra because don't give me no okra and don't put it in your gumbo and then think I'm going to eat it. I'm just saying, you probably don't want the liver because I don't want that liver because I don't eat that because it smells good because my mom tried to, get me with it and be like, oh, eat this. And I'll be like, that smells so good because it's all fried up and good. And then it was like, I don't like the density. I don't even know what liver is. It's I just don't like it. So anyway, liver is liver, so I get it. But I don't know what that is. It's like some false prophets coming with good stuff. And when you go and taste it, it'd be like nasty. It ain't right. That's not steak. I'm just telling you, nor is it pork chops. So anyway, 0 quarters at time. And Michael, I said all of this to say, I am so proud of you and you're such an inspiration. And keep up the good work because, that's just where it is. And I appreciate the time that you take. I definitely appreciate the energy that you put into it and where you keep coming. You just keep coming. You kind of get, as they say, I get knocked down, but I get up again. You keep coming. And that's just so close to my heart because I totally understand. You're not going to hold me back. You know, it's not going to happen. I may, not come in through this way or through that way, but I'm still coming. I'm like a train. Okay. I just keep coming. I keep coming. God gave me too much power and ability to just sit back and watch. I'm not the sit back and watch type like that. Now, I am the quiet type, believe it or not. I like to observe. I like to see. I like to listen. I like to learn. I like to see what's going on before I start jumping in, all around. And that's the type I am. I've always been that way. I mean, I'm the youngest of six, so I've had, 5 previous siblings to be able to watch and observe and see, what works and what didn't work. And even when I didn't do the right thing, I knew what the outcomes were going to be. And then I made preparations to do so to make sure that I stood up for the challenge to get it done. And that's a whole nother story of perseverance and consistency that I'll share with you guys at a later date. But it is about knowing what your responsibilities are, using 0 quarter to get it done, because yes, you are busy. Yes, you have a lot to do in all your day, but to be thankful for the fact that you have the ability to have a 0 quarter, to get yourself up early at your own free will, under your own recognizance, and to be able to do it. So we don't have no opportunity to not have nothing done. So with all of that, I have this wonderful platform I'm doing. It's called My Accountability Partner, Write the Vision 2020. And as I said, we'll meet every month and we'll meet every quarter where we are producing and launching something every quarter. Yes, it's going to be $47 a month, just $47 a month for 12 months. But I'm only taking 14 of you guys. You want to sign up, you want to get signed up now, you can go here to this link that's right here, bit.ly/ my accountability partner, and go and learn more information about what the whole partnership entails. But it's for those of you guys who just kind of need a little helping hand. You probably already know what you want to do, but you just need that one person that you can, bounce some things back from. This price here is your Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Giving Tuesday, start your stuff up in January 2020 resolution. This is everything you need in one thing to have someone that you can definitely depend on, someone who's going to show up for you, and someone who's going to help you for $47. That's less than some coffee drinking. Okay, fine, a dollar and something a day, blah, blah, blah. Do the math. But it is $47 a month for 12 months. Every month we will meet. In between there, we will be following up. It's like a strategic plan. It's your strategic business plan. It's helping you get and move forward in your life. So go ahead and check it out. It's bit.ly/ my accountability partner. But go down to the one that says Write the Vision 2020. That is the one for $47. There is a 6-week intensive one for those of you guys who are on the fast train and you got some things you need to get done within 6 weeks. I have another one for that. But if you kind of like, sort of want to take it a little slow because, you've been in hibernation mode for a while, but you want to be able to have someone you can kind of connect with, and bounce some things back, because I will be helping you. We're going to be creating some stuff. You probably need some graphics. I'm going to work that out with you. We're going to get that done. And that's a part of your whole package. That's a part of the whole $47 a month for 12 months. So go ahead and sign up, check it out. I'm only going to be working with 14 of you guys. You probably want to get done because as of January, we start. And that's how, PayPal works. It's going to start billing you monthly. And if you want to get in on that whole time, you want to sign up and get yourself ready. So thank all of you guys for coming in. Thank you, Michael Ellis. Thank you for coming in. You said, I know you better than the doctors did. That's okay. Look, when we be talking through instant messenger, hey, we got more to come. We still supposed to be, getting that interview done. So again, Michael Ellis, Frazier, Fix Your Face, Frazier. Thank you for coming in. We got Kalande. Thank you for coming in too. And then Torre, thank you for coming. Tori, thank you for coming. And for those of you guys who are on Periscope, I appreciate you guys coming too, who are on Twitch and YouTube. Hey, YouTube, thank you guys for coming. If you guys want to go and check me out on YouTube, it's under For Humanities 1. I think I have a For Humanities also, but the For Humanities 1 is the one that I'm using things on. But you can follow both of them because I'm not sure. At some point in time, I think I'm going to try to figure out the For Humanities, because I think what happened when I ended up trying to do a whole YouTube channel again, I already took For Humanities, so it told me that was taken already, but I had it. Anyway, that was before I knew anything about YouTube and how to figure that out. But I done figured it out now, and I need to change it. So I appreciate you guys. You guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. You guys know you'll see me again later. I appreciate you guys. And again, for those of you guys who are ready to get started with this partnership, go to my accountability partner and sign up for Write the Vision 2020. So thank you guys, and you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.